class.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome back. How was the exam? Congratulations that you made it to level 5. I understand you are in level 4 and you did your exam and you managed to pass. Somehow I can see even most of you are not yet back. Maybe they're in attachment, but congratulations. So in this, I believe I was in the previous level. I was taking you through the electrical installation, but in level 5, I'll be taking you through the unit of competency, which is demonstrate understanding of electronics. But before that, I would like to confirm how many of us are present. Yes, I printed your register, and those who registered for the level 5 unit, I would like to confirm whether they are here or they are not here. Okumu Daniel, present. Edwin, present. Lynette,
Present, sir.
Shadrach,
Present.
Felix,
Present.
Gerard,
Present.
Carol,
Present.
Gerard.
Present.
Yeah, that's great. So ensure that you keep attending classes, because you saw what happened to the rest of the group members. Some of them did not attain 75%, and therefore they did not make it to do the exam and proceed on with the level 5. So today we are going to be brief, and our session title is Semiconductor Diodes, Transistors and Materials. And that takes us to our learning outcome, which are two. That is a definition of terms and identify types of materials. We have insulators, conductors, and semiconductors. And without wasting time, I would like us to define some of the terms that are in relation with the semiconductor diodes, transistors, and materials. And one of the terms I would like us to define is a conduction band. Conduction band. You can note it down. Then we have intrinsic semiconductor. And lastly, we have extrinsic semiconductor. So I would like just volunteers to tell us, what do you think is a conduction band in relation to semiconductor diodes, transistors, and materials? What do you think is a conduction band? The conduction band gives materials properties of their conductivity. Like if you go to insulators, they have different lengths of semiconductor band. If you go to conductors, they vary. So they give the materials some of the properties that makes them conduct. Anyone with an idea? Semiconductor band, the conduction band? Yes?
So I think the conduction band is that area whereby electrons are free to move and conduct.
Yeah. Give him a clap. Yeah, that's an area whereby the electrons are mobile and they are free to move. That's the area where conductivity takes place. And various materials have those various regions of conductivity. And what about an intrinsic semiconductor? Who has an idea about an intrinsic semiconductor? An intrinsic semiconductor, yes?
You can see that intrinsic semiconductor is a pure semiconductor that has not yet been locked with the impurities.
Yeah, I like the word pure. A pure semiconductor that has not been locked. Yeah, thank you. The last person, what about extrinsic? I believe some of you did these things in your level 4, and most of you have forgotten. Yes?
I think that an extrinsic semiconductor is a semiconductor that has been docked so that it can improve on its own conductivity.
Yeah, I like the word docked. Thank you for that. So, what's the main reason behind docking? Why do you have to dock it? Yes?
To increase the conductivity of the semiconductor materials.
Yeah, to increase the conductivity. Yeah, so those are some of the main terms that we are supposed to define. And that takes us now to our second learning outcome, which now we have to identify types of materials And in types of materials, we have one of these is insulators. I believe in the field of work, even those who have been to attachment, you have seen the various applications of insulators. You can define an insulator from the observation. So who can define for us what is an insulator? It's a type of material that we also normally use it when you come to electrical, when you deal with electrical, it has many applications. So who can define for us insulator as a type of a material? An insulator. Insulator.
Can I try it?
You can try.
So an insulator, I think, is it's a material that cannot conduct electricity. It doesn't have free electrons that can move.
Yeah. Very good. You can grab for him. Yeah, we have seen that insulators are applied even in electrical cables, so that when you come into contact with the cable, you cannot get electrocuted. That's one application of the insulator. Yeah, and I want now a lady to define for us a conductor. So ladies in the class, at the back.
A conductor is a material that allows current to flow through it.
Yeah, allows current to flow through it. Very good. The last person I want the last person to define for us a semiconductor. Semiconductor. A volunteer to define for us a semiconductor. Yes, Annette, I can see you have an idea.
Yes, I can try.
Yes.
Semiconductor is a material whose conductivity lies between those of the insulators and the conductors. That's why it is semi. It is given the name semi.
Yeah, so it can conduct halfway and the other half cannot conduct. That means that it only allows conduction in only one direction, isn't it? Yeah, and maybe today I just want us to see some of these semiconductors. And when we talk about semiconductors, we have good things like diodes, what else? Transistors, you forgot. So we mainly talk about diodes and transistors when we talk about semiconductor. And I believe for a diode is one of the oldest semiconductor on Earth. Actually, a transistor originated from a technology of a diode. Dia means two. Dia means two, meaning that it can conduct on one side and the other side cannot conduct. I want you in a group of 5 to take these circuits and try to identify whether you can see some of the semiconductor materials that are present in this circuit. These circuits have millions of components, but it's upon you now to try and see whether you can identify some of the semiconductor materials that are here. So in group of 5, that group, the other group, try to see whether you can locate some of the semiconductor materials that are there. Whether you can locate a diode has got 2 terminals. Whether you can locate a transistor, it has got 3 pins. Try to see whether you can locate. Group number 1, how many diodes so far have you seen?
We have seen 2.
Have you seen a transistor?
No.
Okay, group number 2, how many diodes have you seen? 1. Have you seen a transistor?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. So, just to see whether you have understood our lesson today, I want just to ask just 2 questions. What did you say is a semiconductor? Felix, what did you say is a semiconductor?
It's a material.
Yeah.
Is between conductor and conductors. It can conduct the current halfway.
Very good. And Carl, what did you say is a conduction band?
It is the band through conduction of mass.
Thank you. I can see most of us were attentive and can try to respond of the things that we have learned. So today, when you go back to your home,